Hello, everyone. This is Carina from Break Fear, Find Freedom, and Dino Miliotis is with me today. Hello, Dino. How are you today?
Hey, Carina, it's great to be here.
I'm so excited to have you. So I heard that this morning you made a really, really awesome announcement on the radio, and I just thought I wanted to just bring you in and ask you, what was that all about?
Well, it was announcing my life coach practice. It was very exciting news, at least for me it was. And it was a lot of fun. It was great. Just got off.
That's exciting. So tell me a bit about what a life coach practice, like really, what are you doing? What's this all about?
Well, life coach practice. It's a new chapter in my life's journey, and I think it was an important decision, and it was made kind of completely by accident. I mean, the decision.
So what was it?
Okay, so driving an Uber.
Wow. Now that's like turnaround.
Driving an Uber. It's because of this book. It's because of this book. So the first book, obviously, I'm working on my second book, the perfect continuation, book number 2. And of course, you get writer's block. And for me, when I get writer's block, I love to get in my car, maybe turn on the music, clear my head, take a drive. And, I don't know anybody else who's written, but for me, book number 2 is a little challenging because it takes a lot more time to write. There's flashbacks and there's continuations and there's delving back into the first book. And I'm like, whoa, this is a lot of stuff. So every once in a while you get stumped. So on my many drives, Carina, somebody suggested, you know what? You drive so much, you should be an Uber driver. And I said, you know what? Maybe I should. Why not? Why not? So I went through the process, getting the app, registered, a couple days later, hooray, congratulations, you're an Uber driver. So I get in my car and, obviously your show, Break Fear, Find Freedom, there's nothing really to be afraid of. So you just attack new experiences in life, which is what I did. And I got on my car and I started, how do you do this thing? How do you pick up? It's really brilliantly done. And so I'm picking up people. And of course, the first question, they get in the car, they're like, okay, this is not an Uber car. Why are you driving an Uber? And, I get it. It's kind of funny, but, beautiful people, Carina, along the way. In the last couple of weeks that I've been doing it, over 100 5-star rating.
Whoa! Yeah, congratulations!
Yeah, but that's the side effect. What I started noticing is that the 5-minute ride, the 10-minute ride, Uber community guidelines will tell you, well, this is a closed space, so you got to watch what you say. Don't ask people where they're from. Don't ask people what they do. Don't ask people where they're going. Deleted. Of course. And so, once you start talking with people, especially when they're asking you, they start asking you, they're like, okay, what did you do? What do you'll find that it was almost like therapy on wheels. It was a confessional on wheels. I mean, these people opened up, beautiful people, opened up, started asking questions, advice. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? I'm trying to do this, trying to do that. Extremely rewarding. And one day I just stopped and I said, you know what? 5-10-minute rides is not enough.
Yes.
I think it's time for me to, sit down and slow down the traveling from coast to coast and concentrate on helping people, truly helping people. And so life coach was the next step. It was a perfectly natural fit because you're really getting into, it takes more than 5-10 minutes to know somebody, obviously.
Yeah.
It takes knowing them to figure out, what are you looking for in life? I mean, everybody has their own personal journey, and it takes time. So, I'll be the first to say, I'm not looking for everyone, but I'm looking for those few that are willing to spend the time with me, that are truly willing and committed to go through the process. I can change people's lives. I mean, I know that. I mean, I will teach people everything that I've learned over 40 years.
Yeah.
But you just can't do that in 5 minutes,
No.
And so, I'm kind of slowing down my life a little bit. And I think that, delving into probably the most rewarding part of this journey, which is, taking a breath and smelling the roses and working with the limited few that you could see them blossom, And so today was a big announcement for me, and I'm really proud of it.
Yes, and that's exciting. So what are you going to do different? Because there's, how many life coaches there are out there, Dino? So what's going to be different about Dino? Well, besides, it's Dino, right? But besides that.
Well, look, everybody out there who does life coaching for a living, I mean, I'm not here to do the comparisons, but the only thing that I found, obviously I did the 15-city recovery tour, very rewarding. I've talked in front of corporations. I've talked to, large groups, 50 group, 30 group, 20 group, what have you. But the thing that I'm starting to find out is that, not that there's anything wrong with it, but the one size fits all conversation, it's not working for me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know that everybody has a different personality, different wants, different goals, different dreams. And it's kind of hard to just do a one size fits all cookie cutter approach for the masses. There's a lot of people that make a lot of money and they have these huge stadiums filled up and they do their speaking engagement, and that's great. I mean, more power to them. I'm not taking anything away. But the thing that I'm deciding to do is taking that personal approach, that one-on-one session. And let me just be bold and clarify that as well. These are changing times. I mean, 40 years in my career being an entrepreneur, we didn't have the beautiful technology that we have today. But in saying that, there is something fundamentally missing with a lot of the people who, rely on technology today, which is, don't expect technology to do all the work for you, right? I mean, you have these websites and they have a few categories and you press the category that most suits you, best fits you. And then they call it a funnel. Everything goes into a funnel. And then if it's in this column, you do this. If it's in this column, you do that. And then the responses. Well, there's key questions that you could pre-program that kind of answer the person back when they message you. I don't think everybody can be categorized into 5 different frequently asked questions, do you? And so going back to my old school roots, it takes picking up the phone, shocker, and actually having a 5 or 10 minute conversation with somebody to assess if what I can offer in my wealth of experience is a good fit for that individual. And I think that's missing today. I think that all the work has been given to technology, the AI stuff, and that's great. It's a time saver. But at the end of the day, we're not going to cure cancer with pre-programmed text messages, right? You really got to know the person. At least I do. And that's the decision I'm making. I think it's a much more powerful approach, personal approach. The rapport is there. And that speaks volumes.
So you're looking for that connection, right? And a lot of people, I think, are feeling that right now, is the connection. So how are you going to do this? How are people going to find you? Where
Well,
are you?
yeah, or thinking if I'm, well, I have a Facebook page, and obviously it's as easy as messaging me. And if I get a message, what's the best time to call? I did a few this morning. And, all I'm asking for is 5 or 10 minutes. And again, I'll be the first to say, you know what, I don't think what I can offer is going to be right for you. Not because I'm somebody, it's about them. It's about them. And if
Yes,
I don't
yes.
fit into the equation, I can, gracefully just say, hey, I'm not the right fit for you. But what you'll find in the 5 or 10 minutes, and again, it takes experience to hear people out and listen. This isn't my first rodeo. I've been a good listener for 40 years. There's just no way I would have done everything that I've done in my life if you didn't just understand people and acknowledge and, really be a good listener. And that was trained in me, very early on. So you start finding out what's important for them, not me, and see if I could dig in my war chest of experiences and share specific ones for those individuals. And that's really what it's about. It's sort of almost mentoring as well, if you like. And again, it took an Uber drive to just for me to see it, because I'm a very visual person and I don't mind trying things. I'm certainly not embarrassed to try things and get out of my comfort zone. But you're talking about 30 somethings and 40 somethings, very, very intelligent, beautiful people, all very friendly, all very nice. There's not one ride that I would say was uncomfortable or, it was all great. But some of the questions that are being asked are really, questions that I think you'll find that this generation really hasn't had to deal with, because, it's not like us. Well, let me just say me, with the old rotary phones that look like a brick. It wasn't people that, remember the world before there was even the internet. These are people that have been accustomed to certain things in their lives. But what you'll find is, Carina, is old is new sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think the age has come, the time has come for personal connections again. Not, email us here, contact us here, where there's no phone number and people afraid to get on the telephone. How are we going to converse if we can't have those social skills, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I found that as well. It's the social skills are a big thing, and so people are afraid to speak on the phone. So, but I like your approach, because it's a fit. So it's not for everybody, and this is almost like an exclusive kind of life coach, where if it doesn't fit, sorry, you can go somewhere else. I like that. It's not for everybody.
Right. As you know, I've helped, people in recovery. I've helped people with addiction, depression, anxiety, all of those things, substance use. And, I've created a pretty good network by now where, if you see somebody that requires help, I'm able to send them to the right place, the best fit, so to speak, right?
Yes, yes.
When I would go and speak at recovery centers and talk to people, these are groups of 30, 50, 100 people, 120 people, and that's great. But, what am I going to say in 15 minutes besides my own personal story?
Yeah, yeah.
Which may resonate to a few, but everybody's got their, like I said, they have their own personal journey. And God bless the other people who want to speak, that are waiting to have their turn to speak. And, who am I to take that from them? So, they're in a safe environment. They're in a good place. 15 cities in less than 3 months doesn't sound like much, but with all the other stuff going on, it does take its toll. And so this is kind of smelling the roses for me. I'm able to work with a handful of people and work with them on, their schedule, 50 minutes a week, or some people have already asked me, can you do it daily? But my client list will be limited to afford me the time for me to enjoy. I mean, I'm 58 years old. I'm not old, but I also want to spend a little time and enjoy my life as well.
Yes, because you've been so busy as well, especially now with this tour that you've just finished. I'm not surprised you wanted to drive around a bit on Uber just to clear your head, right?
Well, it wasn't my thought, hey, I'm going to be an Uber driver today.
No.
But I figured I'm driving. I've always thought about what it would be like to be an Uber driver. And, so I decided to get in my car and drive. The 5 stars is very flattering. I get that. But what was more flattering is the first day, after the first day, I came home and I was very excited. The next day I took a box of books with me because everybody was asking, oh my God, and Carina, I got to tell you, I've sold more books in the Uber than, I mean, I would have never imagined, it's a lot of fun. I was invited to lunch by several people. There was one individual that I picked up and it was like towards the end of the day. And I'm like, let me pick up another passenger because of course there were 9 rides and it's got to be an even number, 10. So, it was probably an hour ride for this individual. And wow, after I dropped them off, they're just like, well, you have an hour to get back home. I mean, if you want, you could stay at my house and sleep here and you could leave in the morning, when you have a fresh start. And, it's just really nice to know that you can make that kind of a connection in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or in this case, an hour. Really, really special.
So if you can do that in 10 minutes, imagine what you can do in 50 minutes or in 3 months.
Well, yeah, and it's a two-way street, right? It's as much as I've experienced personally that I can gladly share. It's not just me. It's a two-way street. It's the other individual and what they're prepared to do as well, right? I mean, I could talk all I want, right? It's your 50 minutes. It's your session. But if it's not going to have an impact on somebody's life, I'd rather pass. Yes. I don't want to just hear myself talk. I want to make a difference.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Of course, it's a two-way street. So it's your client or whatever you want to call it has to also do the work.
Right. And it takes a commitment. Unlike me being 15, 16 years old and gravitating towards mentors that I saw the characteristics that I admired, that I wanted. And I realized at a very early age, thank God, that I'm going to hang around these people and I'm going to consume everything they know. And I'm just going to watch and I'm going to be a sponge and I'm going to soak it all in so that I have the broadest base, the greatest chance for success in life. And I will tell you, there's not a day that goes by that I don't recall the words of at least one mentor.
Yeah. And they shaped your life, right?
Absolutely shaped my life. Just when you think you know everything is when you really know nothing. You're never too old to learn different things, and you're never too old to try different things. And for me, this was just a natural fit. Very excited to start this off and continue my journey in life. I think it's going to be great.
Yes. It sounds like it's very, very exciting, and it's a perfect fit. It's perfectly fit now, and I think also people are craving for the connection and just a helping hand, like hold my hand and show me the way.
It's true, and in a larger setting, Carina, if you will, I mean, there are some. Look, nobody wants to say, "I need help," especially in a group. Or I'm afraid, especially in a group. Yes. It's a lot easier to work at, the root causes and, what are you afraid of? And, what are your dreams? Take the embarrassment away. And when you deal with somebody on a one-on-one, it's a lot easier to talk. It's very disarming. It's very relaxed. There's no judgment. I'll learn as much as they'll learn, to be frank with you. But at the same time, it's kind of hard to do those things in a large setting. So these group settings, everybody that I, talked to live and so forth, I mean, it was very rewarding. It was a great experience, but this is something that I feel compelled I have to do. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that have a need, and I've been given a second chance, and I'm not going to squander it. I'm here to help.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. So anybody out there, you need to just check this out. You see, I've learned something new on StreamYard. So this is where you can find Dino.
My new page, yes. Follow me on my new page. And
you can follow Dino. Actually, where he's at, where we are now, you can just follow him and send a message, right?
Yeah, send a message. We don't need emails. We don't need funnels. I'm not going to direct you to a AI categorized thing. You're not going to get a telemarketing call. It's just, when's the best time to call? 5-10 minutes. We'll assess what the need is, if I can help, see if it's a good fit, if it's a good match, and off we go. And I'm not going to take everybody. I mean, I'd love to, but just a limited amount of very special people that I'm going to change their lives. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Yes. And I think Dino, you've been training for this for the past year or whatever to come to this point where you're saying, hey, okay, I'm going to change your life. So come, let me hold your hand. Let's do this.
Yep.
Right. And remember, it's only a few people. You can't help. You're not going to just take anybody, right?
Well, you got to change if you want to make a difference, you could start by changing the world one person at a time. That's never changed, right? But the arenas and the huge audiences and stuff, I've landed the plane, and I'm here to concentrate on the limited few, and really make an impact, really make a difference. And we could just keep going. I mean, obviously, the greatest compliment for me is. There's not really a graduation day, but you see what I'm saying, is when they blossom and they start to move, right?
Yes. When you can say, okay, the time has come, you can move on now. Let's go to the next one. That's exciting.
Yeah. So I appreciate this very much. This is an exciting day. Thanks for having me on. And I'll let you know. How things go. Right now, I'm having a lot of fun.
Thank you. Yes. Well, we'll do follow-ups, right? Because now you're so busy. Yes, let's do some follow-ups whenever you're ready, and let's see what's happening. This is very exciting. Congratulations, Dino, and wishing you lots and lots of many blessings on this new journey.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
See you all next week, guys, and thank you again, Dino, for being on the show, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.